Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We all have wishes at Christmas. Maybe it's a car, repairs to your home, new appliances, or travel. Get yourself that perfect gift with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. You can get the money you need to make that holiday wish come true. Apply for a loan and you'll be entered to win one of 5 shopping sprees at Foodland Supermarket. Plus, great prizes from Sol AC Limited, Dean Mattresses, Digicel Grenada Limited, and Beacon Insurance. Call 440-1354. Email loans@gutcu.com or visit go.gutcu.com/Christmas. Apply now and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas. Special conditions apply.
This is Network News for Wednesday, January 11, 2023. In the headlines, 2 charged with burglary, robbery and rape, while police investigate female adult assault on secondary school student. Chief Medical Officer says placing COVID-19 restrictions at the border is not on the agenda. Government to make a decision on whether to continue to support the MNIB or dissolve the state-owned entity. In around the globe, in Trinidad, recreation site gets booster station. And in Britain, Leicestershire MP loses Tory whip following COVID vaccine criticism. Plus in the sports news, Grenada prepares for CONCACAF Nations League match against USA. Good evening, I'm Kenroy Baptiste at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. We'll bring you the details right after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. The alleged rape of a teenager, the assault of a student by an adult, and the offense of burglary, robbery, and rape are stories GBN is following. Rena Thomas has these updates.
Police has confirmed that there is an ongoing investigation into a video circulating on social media involving a female adult slapping a secondary school student at the entrance of a local school this week. The video showed the adult slapping the child clad in her school uniform after warning her to discontinue bullying her daughter. It hit over 1,000 views and sparked hundreds of comments and posts on social media from people within 24 hours. Meanwhile, 2 men have been charged with burglary, robbery, and rape. Landscaper of Vincent, St. David, 25-year-old Prince Harry, and Alden Joseph, 29-year-old laborer of Dunbar, St. David, were jointly charged by officers attached to the Criminal Investigation Department with the offenses of burglary, 2 counts, and robbery with violence, 2 counts. Henry was also charged with 1 count of rape and wounding, and Joseph was charged with 2 counts of rape. The charges stemmed from incidents which occurred at Syracuse St. David on January 1st, 2023, in which both men allegedly broke into 2 separate homes at night and committed the offenses. The men appeared at the St. David's Magistrate Court Wednesday and were remanded until tomorrow, January 12, 2023. In an unrelated story, police are yet to confirm information reaching GBN's newsroom of an alleged rape case involving a 13-year-old female earlier this week. GBN will continue to follow these reports and will bring you more information as it becomes available. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
Well, some people were booked and ready to go but had no means of getting out. That's because they got the bad news that American Airlines flights were cancelled on Wednesday morning. Nisha Paul has been trying to find out why.
The American Airlines flight into Grenada on Wednesday morning was cancelled. An official at the MBIA has confirmed that the Miami to Point Saline and the Point Saline to Miami flight was called off. This was as a result of a computer glitch in the Federal Aviation Administration system, which alerts pilots to potential hazards on flight routes. Some American Airlines flights to Grenada are routed through Miami. Over 4,000 flights in and out of the U.S. were delayed and more than 800 cancelled. GBN contacted officials at American Airlines in Grenada who confirmed the cancellation of the flight into MBIA. When quizzed about the reason for the cancellation, they said they were unable to comment and referred us to American Airlines officials in the U.S. who provided the following statement, and I quote, "American has resumed operations now that the Federal Aviation Administration's nationwide ground stop has ended. We continue to closely monitor the situation, which impacts all airlines, and are working to minimize further disruption to our customers and operation. To support our customers whose travel was affected by the FAA system issue, we're providing additional flexibility to rebook their travel plans today and tomorrow without any additional fees. Customers can find the latest flight information by using the American Airlines app or visiting aa.com." End quote. According to the American airline official, as of 9:45 a.m., the airline has canceled nearly 400 flights and 850 flights have been delayed as a result of the FAA system issue. Meanwhile, the U.S. Transportation Secretary said there is no evidence yet that Wednesday's air travel technology meltdown resulted from a cyber attack. However, he said they also wouldn't rule it out. Earlier this week, people here were warned by the National Cybersecurity Incident Response Team of a malicious cyber campaign targeting Grenadian companies, organizations, and entities. For GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Now, over $6 million in debt. The Marketing and National Importing Board is on the verge of collapse. The government of Grenada is now seeking stakeholders' views on the future of the organization. Beverly Telesford reports.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell began a series of town hall-style engagements with farmers and other stakeholders who conduct business or trade with the Marketing and National Importing Board, MNIB, the first of which was held on Tuesday evening at the St. Andrew's Methodist School. During Tuesday's interaction, Prime Minister Mitchell revealed that the organization owes millions to multiple financial institutions.
The Marketing and National Importing Board owes two banks significant sums of monies totaling roughly about $6 million. As it stands, the MNIB is unable to pay the banks, and the banks have indicated to the government that obviously, in polite language, they'd like to know how they are getting their money. Give or take, MNIB owes about $2.8 million to other creditors. That involves farmers, suppliers, landlords from which it is operating, utility suppliers like the power company, etc. And obviously it is challenged to pay these persons as well.
Government had to pay the salaries of MNIB employees for November and December last year and anticipates the same will have to be done for January 2023. Prime Minister Mitchell says, faced with these challenges, it is critical that government makes a decision on whether to continue to support the MNIB or to dissolve the organization. He explains that they have already met with the staff of the MNIB.
As a result, we held two meetings ending last Friday with the staff of the Marketing and National Importing Board, and prior to that, the union representing the workers of the Marketing and National Importing Board, because the government has to make a hard decision and make it very quickly as to what becomes of the fate of the Marketing and National Importing Board. And so obviously one of the stakeholders impacted by whatever decision we will make are farmers and other persons who supply or sell to the Marketing and National Importing Board.
In July 2022, 1 month after taking up office, the Prime Minister reported that government was considering shutting down the entity.
I want to be very clear that based on my preliminary briefing as it pertains to the Marketing and National Importing Board, we may have to seriously consider ending the life of the Marketing and National Importing Board and reconstituting either a new entity or an entity that really was meant to carry out the mandate of the Marketing and National Importing Board. So I'm saying this early because it may not, so that it does not come as a surprise if we find ourselves there sooner rather than later.
Another consultation is scheduled for Wednesday evening at the St. John Anglican School. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Meanwhile, farmers, agro-processors and other stakeholders were given the opportunity to voice their concerns and make recommendations for the future of the MNIB. We can tell you, too, the issues range from the inaccessibility of materials to a lack of market for produce. Many of them said that the MNIB needs to be revamped with new principles and regulations.
Marketing Board has been instrumental in me staying in business up until a number of years ago. And I would like to see that organization continue. It's very sad that the state that it is in now, and I always believe, you know, there is always a positive side. The glass is either half full or half empty. But I think in Marketing Board's case, it is half full. The only thing I think now, what has to be done, Marketing Board has to be re-engineered.
They have a serious problem on their hand in terms of the loans to pay and other things, a lot of overhead expense, which pose a great demand on Marketing Board. So we have to zero in on the packing house. As I said before, cut out all the outlets, and you have to have the farmer as your best friend. We must be well paid. Farming is hard work. Without the farmers, Marketing Board goes nowhere. The fresh start will be of no use. So keep us close, encourage us, and we do this thing together.
I live through Marketing Board time, and Marketing Board is like they have a disease. Marketing Board will take your produce, go with it, and they will tell you, well, that is yours. You have a lot of reject, but you can't see no reject. And on top of that, fertilizers expensive, everything expensive right now. Every time a shipment come, the price go up. But my price ain't going up. My price can go up. I don't know why the situation. My price can go up. When I say it can go up, I mean it can go up.
So it will be very sad to lose Marketing Board right now, because some of my independence will be gone, because that is one of my main markets besides the market in the States. That's my main market where I supply all my stuffs like cocoa ball, all the spices.
This is Network News. Still ahead from us, Chief Medical Officer says placing COVID-19 restrictions at the border is not on the agenda. Back in a moment.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
New me in 2023. Coming to Cots Optical today and enjoy up to 35% off your frames and lenses with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.cotsoptical.com. At Cots Optical, our comprehensive eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. New me 2023 with glasses from Cots Optical. Value you can see.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Have your family or friends ever needed cash now, but you are nowhere close to give it to them directly? With the cardless cash feature from Republic Bank Online and your mobile phone, it is hassle-free and convenient to send money to anyone, including yourself, using the Republic mobile app. Simply log into your account, access the cardless feature, enter the amount you want to transfer, and using the access code provided, the cash can be withdrawn instantly from a designated Republic Bank ATM without a card. Republic Bank Cardless Cash is convenience at your fingertips. To learn more about our cardless cash features, visit republicgrenada.com for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Network News, welcome back. A new COVID-19 strain is causing concerns around the world, but health officials have no immediate plans to implement border restrictions. The opposition New National Party is urging governments to take precautionary measures to guard against the new COVID-19 strain. Renapet Thomas has this report.
In speaking on GBN's To The Point program on Wednesday, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles indicated that placing restrictions at the border is not on the agenda of the Ministry of Health for now. His statement comes amidst worldwide concerns due to a surge in the XBB 1.5 Omicron sub-variant COVID cases in the U.S. and a marked outbreak of the COVID cases in China. Dr. Charles says there are plans in place to deal with the virus when the need may arise.
I mean, like any other country, we have our concerns. And, but we've had experience with dealing with this virus now for 3 years. We know what strategies have worked. We know what measures, based on the level of immunity that is in the population, what measures are prudent to take now, as opposed to when this was all new and it was fresh in our minds. So we are more experienced in how we treat it with the virus, and we make our preparations based on that experience that we have had in the past.
The chief medical officer said that after dealing with the COVID-19 virus for over 3 years, they are somewhat experienced in managing the situation.
All right, we've learned that at the rate at which this virus is traveling, sometimes certain travel measures, all right, may not be appropriate for this time, all right, because the virus, it makes its way around, very, very easily. So we use that knowledge to determine, okay, do we now go back and put measures in the airport where people need to test for travel and all of that? We say at this point in time, no, that is not really a consideration. The consideration should be on the individual protecting themselves, and adopting the measures to protect themselves.
The doctor did encourage citizens to listen to the advisory from the Ministry of Health or other credible sources and protect themselves and their loved ones by following the established protocols. Meanwhile, the New National Party is calling on the government of Grenada to take proactive measures to prevent or minimize severe sickness, hospitalization, and death on the island. Through a press release, the party says the development with the virus have led some countries to take precautionary measures to protect their citizens. They are urging the government to seek to obtain supplies of the latest bivalent COVID vaccine and other pharmaceutical and material supplies to protect and treat citizens, especially senior citizens with underlying medical conditions and frontline workers. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Former chairman of the COVID-19 committee, Dr. Bert Brathwaite, is encouraging people, especially the elderly and those with underlying conditions, to get vaccinated to guard against the new strain of COVID-19.
We don't know what the story of this new variant in the, coming from U.S. is not all clear at present, but certainly the elderly population vulnerable. So basically, all over 65-year-olds, if you've not had COVID during the last 6 months or so, and you've not been vaccinated, or even if you had vaccinations before, many people had, I think we had something like 40% or there around, close to 40% of the population that was fully vaccinated, but that's a year or two ago. That's a long time. That immunity would have been. So if you're over 65, if you have medical issues, if you're significantly overweight, if you diabetic, hypertensive, if you have cancer, if you're a cancer sufferer, you're on chemotherapy, go get a booster.
Dr. Brathwaite said that while he is encouraging people to get vaccinated, no one should be forced to take the vaccine. His biggest concern is that not much is known about the new strain of the virus.
In the United States, I think that's where our biggest threat can come from. There's this XBB.1.5 that has emerged, and it's the rates of growth in many parts, especially of Northeast United States, a part of the United States that we have a lot of contact with. That's going rapidly. And the virus is even more transmissible than Omicron. And we know how many people came down with Omicron. So we can anticipate that we are going to see a surge sometime in the first quarter of this year. We will see a surge of COVID cases here. And the question is, what do we do about it?
The medical doctor says he has been trying to secure the latest developed vaccine.
Now, I'm hoping, and this is one of my peeves, that we can get the bivalent vaccine. I've been asking around for both in the private and public sector now for a number of weeks, and can't hear that we are bringing it in. The bivalent vaccine is an advance on the original vaccine in that it looks specifically at Omicron, not specifically for this new variant, but it will work. The thinking is that it will work better against this new variant than the older vaccine. Of course, if you can't get the bivalent, you get any vaccine. But in the United States, if you just go into Walmart and you can go and get the vaccine, where you have to pay for it. So I see no reason why we cannot have the bivalent vaccine. That's the latest version of vaccine available here.
Other news, $4 million Canadian dollars in assistive devices and other medical supplies received to aid hospitals, nursing homes and individuals. Christina John reports.
An estimated $4 million Canadian dollars worth of medical supplies were donated to Grenada Association for Retired Persons Grenada from the Canada Caribbean Heart Health Education in Winnipeg. These medical supplies and assistive devices will be distributed to hospitals, organizations, elderly homes, and individuals across the state of Grenada. The donation was handed over Wednesday morning at the GAP headquarters in Lagoon Road, St. George. With the replacement of assistive devices an expensive undertaking, this donation is a welcomed one, as expressed by those in receipt.
Well, okay, for instance, we wanted beds with railings, because what we are now getting is patients that are bedridden, and so this is really benefiting my home with the railings, and that's what I could say.
That was Patricia Chichester from the Chichester's Nursing Home located at Spring St. George. Collecting on behalf of the Charles Memorial Home in Diamond St. Mark was the institution's manager, Melinda Phillip.
I'm here this morning to collect donations on behalf of the institution, and I had to publicly say thank you to GAP and the donor partners for thinking of us, for going the extra mile, for putting forth that effort to put these much needed items together so that the residents, the elderly, people who need it most has access to it and can get these items for use. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Opel Peter, a friend of GAP, says the equipment are usable and praised the efforts of those involved in putting the package together to assist others who cannot afford to purchase them.
Some of these hospitals abroad, they have all these extra equipment every now and again when they change out the system, and they have all these good things that are good and are usable, but the system don't work with it anymore. So if they could give it to someone who needs it. So that's how I see, that's how I look at it.
Christina John, GBN News.
Talk about local healthcare, and many Grenadians will quickly respond and share their experiences. Grenada's healthcare system is what has been creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter, as we're about to highlight them in our social buzz.
Healthcare is one of the 6 pillars outlined in the 2023 budget presentation. The Prime Minister was GBN's Beyond the Headlines guest on Monday evening. He noted that to have a successful nation, its people must first be healthy, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Healthcare is an industry that Grenada is well poised to capitalize on if done properly to generate significant economic benefits and economic transformation. That's according to Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, who was the guest on GBN's first Beyond the Headlines program for 2023.
Social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are those of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Carolyn said, "This is a great idea as a long-term goal. However, I do still believe that we need to come up with short-term goals to deal with issues we are facing now when it comes to the health system in Grenada." Joy added, "I agree the nation needs to be healthy. Everyone should be aware of what goes into the mouth. But exercising, that's another problem that has to be solved. The roads are not safe for walking because of vehicular traffic. Some of us do not live close to a playing field, and there are no centers where you can go. So that is a matter which needs attention. I love walking. In order to exercise, I would drive about a mile to use a playing field so I could be safe." Marcel asked, "How will this impact the cost of health services to the ordinary Grenadian?" Harriet said, "We need specialists. Everyone just wants to be a general practitioner. #basic." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead in Network News, the British High Commission in Grenada welcomes new resident British Commissioner to the island.
You ate well, drank and indulged, laughed and had so much fun for the festive season. But now it's time. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Start the year right with your health as a priority. Cleanse and flush your blood, liver, and kidneys with quality herbs and supplements. Purchase one of our detox combo packs starting from $100. Purchase a full body detox pack starting from $500. Get 10% off on colonic irrigation. Get a chance to win a free colonic irrigation treatment and product coupons with every purchase. We are located in Grandin, minutes before the Food Fair Shopping Center, immediately opposite the old Capital Bank building in the Regency Commercial Suites. Give us a call at 231-6642 or 418-7115 or visit nirvana.gd for more info. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We know real body care. This offer is valid until March 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
Shop at Southern Electrical for all your security camera needs. We offer a wide variety of cameras such as solar cameras with or without lights, 4G cameras, Wi-Fi and PoE kits, 4, 8, and 16 channel, replacement cameras for PoE, standalone Wi-Fi cameras, floodlights with cameras, watch cameras, pen cameras, and much more. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grandin, St. George. Let us help you with your security needs. Southern Electrical, best value, expert advice, quality products.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro. A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
If there was ever a time to keep Stay healthy. It's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carrico. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Hello again. The British High Commission in Grenada has welcomed the new resident British Commissioner to the island. Christina John tells us more.
Victor Clark replaces Wendy Freeman as the new resident British Commissioner to Grenada. Clark officially began his duties on Monday, 9th January, and will be the UK's representative on island for the next 3 to 4 years. Within his first few weeks, Victor plans on meeting with key stakeholders, including Her Excellency, the Governor-General, Dame Cecile Lagrenade, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Joseph Andel, and other senior government officials. He also plans on meeting with leader of His Majesty's opposition, Dr. Keith Mitchell, and a wide range of other non-governmental partners. Victor last served in the Republic of Armenia as Deputy Head of Mission, where, in addition to his management duties, he led on issues such as trade, climate change, and conflict resolution. He has also been posted many times across Latin America and is fluent in Spanish. Areas of focus during his time in Grenada will include climate change, health, education, security, good governance, infrastructure, renewable energy, and the blue economy. In a statement issued from the Office of the British High Commission, he said, and I quote, "I am delighted and proud to have this opportunity to strengthen the partnership between the UK and Grenada. We have so many shared values, and together we can build a sustainable, safe, and more prosperous future. I'm looking forward to visiting all parts of this beautiful island to see and understand Grenada and its people as I strive to grow our close bonds of friendship and cooperation." Unquote. The British High Commission in St. George remains committed to building and persevering its relationship with the government and people of Grenada. Christina John, GBN News.
Pick up after your pets is the message at the end of this evening's eyesore submission. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's eyesore reporter is hoping their submission can raise some awareness among dog owners about securing their animals. Our citizen journalist says they are having a serious problem with their neighbor's dog defecating on their compound. He's appealing to dog owners to carry a small plastic bag to pick up after their pets when walking them and to place a leash on any roaming animals. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Grenada prepares for CONCACAF Nations League match against USA. Sports News is next.
It's your gifts of love with Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Sporting fans, good evening. The Grenada Football Association continues its preparations for the upcoming CONCACAF Nations League match against USA in March of this year. On Tuesday, the U.S. senior men's soccer team manager visited Grenada to inspect the venue and engage local service providers. GBN Sports caught up with GFA's communications officer, Ria Murray, who had this to say.
We facilitated him in terms of a tour of the stadium that happened yesterday in the afternoon, and he looked at the venue, looked at things that the team would need, looked at the things that fans would want to see happen at the stadium. So overall, it was a good tour. The manager of the Grenada National Stadium was also present for that and answering questions. He was also able to make contact with service providers in terms of ground transportation for the team.
Murray says plans have been put in place to ensure that the match will be a success.
Looking forward to great things. The U.S. team, as the manager said, they're excited about coming to Grenada, and as well, the fans that follow the U.S. team, they are excited as well to come to Grenada to experience the game, but also visit Grenada, some of them for the first time, and they can make a little vacation out of it. So there is a local organizing committee in place, which has a number of players, the GFA, of course, but there's also the GTA, the Royal Grenada Police Force, sponsors, persons dealing with marketing and communications. Everyone is coming together to ensure that Grenada versus the USA is a spectacle.
The GFA communications officer went on to say that the Spice Boys are currently in training.
Our senior men's national team, the Spice Boys, they had a short break for Christmas and now they're back in training. Training began on Monday, so it's Monday to Wednesday for now at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. So our head coach, Anthony Nixon Modesti, is putting the guys through their paces and doing all he can in terms of ensuring that we are ready to face the U.S.
All right, so the last time Grenada and the USA met was in 2004 when the USA got the better of Grenada 3-2. The Spice Boys will play USA on March 24 at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. The West Indies under-19 women put in a dismal performance in their first official warm-up match of the ICC under-19 Women's World Cup in South Africa. Facing England at the Hammond Scroll Mandela Oval in Pretoria, the regional ladies batted first and could only manage 65 for the loss of 8 wickets in the 20 overs, with Nijani Cumberbatch top scoring with 25. She was the only only batter in double figures for the team captained by Ashwini Munisa. The English cruised to the target and finished on 68 for 1 in 10.4 overs. 31 from opener Liberty Heap was the top score, with 30 not out coming from her opening partner, Davina Perrin. Munisa caught the lone wicket for the West Indies, who will aim to improve in the second warm-up on Wednesday versus Zimbabwe. Their first official match of the championship will be on Sunday versus Ireland. This other story to report: four-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka has announced she is pregnant. Is what we can tell you. The Japanese former world number 1, 25, withdrew from the Australian Open earlier this week, having not played since September. She said 2023 will be a year full of lessons for her, adding that she hopes to return in 2024. She said, and I quote, "One thing I am looking forward to is for my child to watch one of my matches and tell someone, that's my mom," unquote. Osaka won the last of her 4 Grand Slams at the Australian Open in 2021. We wish her a safe pregnancy. All right, stay with us. We begin in Arima, Trinidad, and the residents there now have water supply after a booster station was installed by the Water and Sewage Authority, WASA. We get more in TTT News Report.
The First People's Recreation site along the Blanchisseuse Road in Arima now has a water supply after a booster station was installed by the Water and Sewage Authority, WASA. Member of Parliament for Arima, Planning and Development Minister Penelope Beckles says the commissioning of the First People's booster station is a significant milestone event which brings together a mutual dream on the part of the government, the national community at large, and the indigenous community.
It has long been a dream of the indigenous people to establish on this land a traditional village and a living museum, as well as to undertake the cultivation of traditional plants. This commissioning today will go a long way in ensuring that that dream materializes.
Minister of Public Utilities Marvin Gonzalez notes this is the 33rd successfully completed project under the Community Water Improvement Program in almost 2 years. Minister Gonzalez boasts that now over 100,000 citizens all across Trinidad and Tobago are experiencing an improved water supply.
Trinidad and Tobago, based on the statistics of the Water and Sewage Authority, only 34% of the population enjoyed 24/7 water supply. And because of some of the little interventions we've made under this program, at this point in time as we speak, just above 51% of the population now enjoys a 24/7 level of service.
Chief of the Santa Rosa First Peoples Community, Ricardo Barrett Hernandez, expressed appreciation and gratitude for the support given to the First Peoples community.
On Monday, Chief Magistrate Anna McLennan rejected an application for a stay of criminal proceedings against those charged with electoral fraud, including several opposition members, until they could ask the High Court to determine if there had been a breach of fundamental rights provisions. We get more in this HGP TV report.
This was disclosed by Prosecutor Darshan Ramdani.
Guyana Elections Commission clerks Dennis Bob Cummins and Mitchell Miller and GCOM Elections Officer Sherfrin February and its Information Technology Officer Enrique Liven, along with opposition members Valdo Lawrence and Carol Smith-Joseph, were charged back in 2020 for attempting to rig the March 2020 elections in favor of the then APNU AFC government. They are facing charges including conspiracy to commit fraud and misconduct in public office. Last year, a lawyer for the defendants, Nigel Hughes, had asked the Chief Magistrate to stay the charges before her and send the matters to the High Court for there to be a determination on if the fundamental rights provision have been breached. Hughes' application was made pursuant to Article 153 of the Constitution of Guyana, which states, if in any proceedings in court subordinate to the High Court, any question arises as to the contravention of any of the provision in Article 138 to 151, the persons presiding in the court shall refer the question to the High Court unless, in his opinion, the rising of the question is merely frivolous or vexatious. The Chief Magistrate, in a ruling on Monday, refused Hughes' application on findings that there was no contravention of Article 144 of the Constitution. She accepted the prosecution's position that these are complex charges, stating that both the court and the prosecution were proceeding along with the matters in a reasonable way. Reporting for AGP Nightly News, I am Tiana Cole.
Further afield in Britain, the Leicestershire MP has been suspended as a Conservative MP for spreading misinformation about COVID vaccination. It comes after the Northwest Leicestershire MP posted a tweet that compared vaccines to the Holocaust. Details on this report.
So first of all, I have to say, Patrick, he's suspended from the Commons for 5 days this week anyway, having got caught up in a lobbying scandal a couple of months ago. But now he's had the whip withdrawn. He's no longer a Conservative MP. When he comes back, he'll sit as an independent. Why is that? Well, he's been part of a campaign over recent months around vaccines, the COVID vaccines, and the very, very, very small number of cases that have resulted in complications and in certain circumstances, unfortunately, people dying. Now, on the whole, he would argue he's a democratically elected politician. He is rightly raising, he would say, issues that are of great importance. However, he has ratcheted up the rhetoric, there is no doubt, in the last couple of days and weeks, to the point today where he essentially made a comparison between the COVID vaccines and the Holocaust. Now, for the Conservative Party, and indeed, I'd say for universally all of his colleagues, that was a step way too far. The whip was removed pretty quickly by the Chief Whip, who said that that comparison should never have been made, that he must apologise, and that the government is frankly very, very proud of the vaccine rollout and the number of lives it has saved. So in the end, Andrew Bridgen is no longer in the Conservative Party. Many would like to see him apologise. Thus far, he has not done so. And frankly, unless he does so, and even if he does, I think at the moment it's not very likely indeed that he'll be returning to those backbenches as a Conservative anytime soon.
Andrew Bridgen, no longer in the Conservative Party. Stay with us. We'll remind you of the headlines after this. Network news on the Grenada Broadcasting Network. A reminder of the headlines. 2 charged with burglary, robbery and rape while police investigate female adult assault on secondary school student. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles says placing COVID-19 restrictions at the border is not on the agenda. Government to make a decision on whether to continue to support the MNIB or dissolve the state-owned entity. In around the globe, in Trinidad, recreation site gets booster station. And in Britain, MP Andrew Bridgen loses Tory whip following COVID vaccine criticism. Plus in the sports news, Grenada prepares for CONCACAF Nations League match against USA. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Thanks for choosing GBN. Take care. Good night.